Yo, Fano here, and this is Fan Opinion on Tour with Tim and Eddie. And they're just going to be firing questions at me, and I'm just going to be answering away. So, go.
So Steve McClaren signed for Newcastle.
Oh, yeah. Steve McClaren. Wow, Steve McClaren.
One of England's lesser...
The Wally with the brolly.
The Wally with the brolly, man.
The Wally with the brolly. Is it, what, Newcastle... What are you doing? Who's running you up there? Seriously.
Mike Ashley, apparently.
Oh, Mike Ashley. What a terrible man. He's just running that football club into the ground. All he wants is basically just to make money. As long as they survive every year in the Premiership, he's happy. He's happy. Apart from Carver, who was just awful. Carver got fired as well, didn't he? Carver got fired, man. Man, he was one of the worst coaches the Prem's ever seen.
It's not a terrible loss for Newcastle.
No, but yeah, Steve McClaren isn't great either. All he did was take, Middlesbrough to the cup final. But I don't like Steve McClaren. And Hamburg, to be fair, he won the league with Hamburg. We can't take that away from him. But
he's achieved more in Europe than he has
domestically. Derby, he had a decent squad there. He should have done better. But we'll see what happens. But I don't think it's a great signing. I expect him to be gone in under 2 years.
After that England performance last week, do you think the criticisms
against Ireland?
Do you think the criticisms of England's game being boring? Do you think it's justified?
Well, on that performance, definitely, totally, utterly justified. England, they were so poor. Things were better than watching paint dry. Planting a flower and just watching it until it flowers. That'd be better. I'm a big fan of football. I rarely switch off from football. And I'm not ashamed to say that I switched off from that game. Terrible. And I blame England, the attitude, Roy Hodgson. Where he picked Mascherano as his pick for Player of the Year.
He loves the holding role. Right?
Obviously, he hasn't heard of Messi or Ronaldo. I don't know what rock Roy's living under. But it's obviously the same one that made him pick Cleverly however many fucking times he played for England. Jesus Christ.
On the plus side, though, Harry Kane's gone off to the under-21s.
Oh, yeah.
With the England squad, so...
Yeah, but I think, the one thing that Harry Kane gets from it is, tournament experience, which is, invaluable. And as long as you've got that tournament experience coming from somewhere, because you can go for England, but this is the problem with loads of English players. You can't really say that many English players, have, experienced that tournament expertise from a young age. And I think Harry Kane will definitely use that to his advantage. I'd rather him go the under-21s than play senior football for England.
Is that where you see problems with the England team with its youth and the youth development?
There's a lot of problem with the English national team, especially with the coaches they've got as well. The coaching structure is nowhere near as good as the Dutch coaching structure or the Germans or a lot of other nations. There's one coach to every 12 kids here, which isn't. It's not good enough. You need it. I think the Dutch is 1 to 7 or 1 to 8, which means you've got more time to spend with each individual kid. So that's where the FA are falling down, or why that's where English football's falling down. So until that gets better, you're not going to see England win tournaments. And then you've got to remember as well that all this grassroots implementation means only so much when you get up to the big boy elite level, so you can implement strategies early on and you can try and get these players to be the best they can become. But unless you unearth a gem, the next Messi or Hazard or etc., they're not going to make your first team if you're a big boy squad. So you're always going to have foreign players coming in and pushing out the possibility for English players to be included anyway. So that's why they get pushed even further down. So that's why they don't make it in certain tournaments as well. There's too much foreign inclusion. Think about how many English players go abroad. Ashley Cole, Mika Richards, that's it. Who else is abroad? Bradley Wright Phillips in America. Just the English mentality is the fact that I'm in my natural habitat here. I don't need to move to be better. Everything I have is right here. So you can name the amount of English players abroad on 2 hands, pretty much, maybe a bit more. But still, that those players come into you get hundreds of players coming into English teams every year. Pow, that was Fan Opinion, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and remember, if you did, make sure to subscribe now, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Fan of Football.